Guys, Nintendo spent a lot of time doing reboots and sequels, but it's pretty rare that we see a brand new game with brand new characters.
Yes, but that's exactly what we have with the ink-splashing chaos of Splatoon.
Oh, you're a kid now, you're a squid now, you're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid, you're a squid.
Splatoon's a bit tricky to describe. When I first saw this Wii U game, it seemed to be all about third-person multiplayer shooting, and that is a part of it. Obviously, instead of shooting bullets, you're shooting ink. When you get down to it though, inking the environment is actually more important than splattering your opponents. But before we talk multiplayer, the single-player mode is actually a better place to start.
Affirmative. Single player works much like many Nintendo platformers, with a hub world linking you to various levels, which drip-feed the core mechanics to you. The most interesting one is how your ink gun works. Instead of picking up boxes of ammo, you can transform into a squid and suck up fresh ink while swimming around in it.
Yes, it is such a clever reloading mechanic.
Absolutely, especially as swimming in the ink has so many other gameplay benefits. You can swim up walls that you've covered in ink, and generally, you're a lot less visible in the ink, so you can use it to hide from enemies.
Yeah, the ink really becomes your safe place, doesn't it? If you've been hurt by enemy ink, then swimming in your own colour quickly recharges your health. Plus, you move faster in it, so you can use it as a way to dodge enemy fire.
And I loved how you can always see just how much ink you have left in your backpack container. So there's no need to show an ammo counter in the heads-up display. That's smart, clean game design.
They've also squeezed a lot of gameplay out of the ink mechanic. As well as the usual enemies shooting ink at you, more creative obstacles include these ink-mopping robots that erase the paths you're trying to travel along. Oh, and I particularly liked the spongy platforms that you can enlarge with ink.
Yeah, I was surprised at how much depth they crammed into the single-player mode. It comes with all the usual Nintendo trimmings like epic 3-stage boss encounters, and naturally there are collectibles. For this game, it's orbs that you can spend on weapon upgrades.
They're a bit grindy though. I was half a dozen levels in before I could afford my first rapid-fire upgrade. But when a game looks and plays this well, I don't mind a bit of grinding. Oh, and the lighting and ink reflections. It's easily one of the best looking Wii U games out there. But let's move on to the multiplayer.
Considering how few online-focused games Nintendo has released in the past, this is a big step forward for the publisher. Finding and joining games is a speedy and painless experience.
And how good is that little squid minigame? While you're waiting for the lobby to fill with players on the TV, you can be playing away on the gamepad.
Yes, I want minigames for all my lobby and loading screens from now on, please. And it's such a great use of the Wii U gamepad too. Back to the online play itself. The default mode is a 4 versus 4 team game, with the winning team being whichever one paints more of the map with their ink.
It's easy to make the mistake of trying to take out opponents, which of course you can do. But really, it's the map you have to focus on.
Affirmative. Ideally, an effective team should have a mix of players using ink rollers as well as guns. The rollers can lay down thick paths of ink, which not only count towards the team's ink coverage, but these paths can also be used as highways for the rest of the team to speed along in squid form.
Yeah, it's a great feeling when your team's really working together to own that critical middle ground on a map. And there's such a clear feeling of momentum in a match when everything you can see is splattered in your team's ink.
I agree, this is heaps of fun when your team is working and clicking together, but I had a lot of games where we really struggled. And I put that down to a lack of voice chat. I just really wanted to be able to talk to my team.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I think the aim of inking the map is straightforward enough that this doesn't really need voice chat. I have to say though, I really got stuck into this. There's such a great sense of progression as you unlock new weapons and wearable gear with their own buffs. Plus, when you hit level 10, you get access to the Splat Zones mode, which is a bit like King of the Hill, but it's so much fun.
Overall, guys, I thought this could have had a few more options to flesh it out, like maybe bots, maybe a few more online options, but, you know, this is such a clever game. Those inking mechanics are fantastic. I'm gonna give it, wait for it, 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens!
Yes. Well, for me, this game delivered on every front. The art style and the colours are just so vibrant, and there's a tremendous amount of depth here if you put the time in. I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
All hail the chickens!
All hail the chickens!
Hail the chickens!
And Carrie.
And Carrie.
Well, hail Carrie.